Hello everyone, I'm Joni, your host, and with me are Chef Martin Caspar of L'Entrecote and Father Joel Camaya of Don Bosco. We are Gourmet on a Budget PH, and we're bringing you gourmet recipes for you to cook at home with a little spiritual insight to keep you motivated.
Today's recipe is something delicious and perfect for the rainy season. It's a mushroom Bihon noodle soup with chicken and some truffle.
Truffles are mushrooms, not chocolate, right, Chef?
Yes, Father Joel. Truffles are very expensive, actually, hard to find.
Okay.
But I think also chocolate truffles are called because they are in the shape of mushrooms, actually.
Ah, I get it. So what ingredients are we going to use for today's recipe?
Today's recipe, we have skinless chicken. You can use the thighs, you can also use the wings. I wouldn't recommend breast because breast is a little bit more drier. Then we have shallots, we have garlic, we have assorted mushrooms, I have porcini mushrooms, and actually all the mushroom you can find on the market, whatever is in season, which really helps. We have some chives, we have a little bit white wine, of course we have the excellent Bihon noodles, and we have chicken stock, and then we have salt and pepper, and to show it off in the end, truffle oil.
Oh, that sounds like a gourmet chicken noodle soup. You're right, Chef, this is super perfect for the rainy weather. So how do we get started?
First, we're gonna chop the shallots. We use shallots, not onions, because they're a little bit milder and a little bit more friendlier. Actually, what you can do is 1 tablespoon of oil goes into the pan. All right, perfect. You want to saute them transparent, also without coloration.
Wow.
You can turn off the heat a little bit. You also add a little bit garlic. So it's nice.
Protein,
Yes.
more flavor.
Voilà. So, have that, and then we stir it a little bit. In the meantime, I take the chicken. Just nicely long stripes.
And then we add the chicken to this also.
And then this as well. Exactly, just slowly. And you can mix it. And then here we have different kinds of mushroom. We have shiitake mushroom, we have button mushroom. Any mushrooms you find on the market is actually okay. Hold on, put a little bit here, okay? Then add the mushroom.
It goes there. The first time I see an assortment of mushrooms in one dish.
Exactly so. I love mushroom.
Yeah,
I'm
me
a big
too.
fan of mushroom. I'm a big fan.
I love the umami flavor of it.
Yeah.
So we keep a few mushrooms for us for the garnish later on. Stripes a little bit for us later on for the garnish.
So while the delicious dish is simmering, I'd like to talk about mushrooms, food of the earth, and its significance in spiritual teaching. Mushrooms in the Bible? Maybe not quite. And yet in Genesis chapter 1 verse 29 we read, God also said, "See, I give you every seed-bearing plant on all the earth, and every tree that has seed-bearing fruit on it to be your food." And then in Daniel chapter 3 verse 7 to 6, the prayer of the young man, "Everything growing on the earth, bless the Lord. Praise and exalt him above all forever." Everything growing from the earth, mushrooms included. You know, I have encountered an article in a Jewish website, Kohatite, and it is entitled, "Are mushrooms clean or unclean food?" We go again to kosher. It says that mushrooms are unclean food and not suitable as kosher food if we consider the Genesis passage that we have quoted. Why? Because first, they're not seed-bearing, and then they're not green plants. We can even consider them as parasites. They're fungi, and the Bible says that they're like the blight and mildew that are considered unclean. And then many are poisonous. Surely none of the mushrooms that we use are poisonous. And of course, many of these are known just in the present from the advancement of science. However, this makes us think. The manna that the Lord sent to the Israelites, could it have been mushrooms? I do not know. The text does not say it. Some have theorized that manna could have been a species of mushroom that appeared. But this is just one among the many theories. For one, many species of mushrooms like manna spring forth and are edible. But for now, again, let us just reflect on this verse from Daniel 3:76. Everything growing on the earth, bless the Lord. Praise and exalt him above all forever.
Thank you so much for sharing those insights, Father Joel. We are indeed very blessed with bountiful harvest of different foods from our Creator. So, I guess, again, back to the stove.
So, we have sauteed the mushroom, we deglazed it with white wine, and now we add chicken stock. So, we add this mushroom stock here. It's really a very straightforward recipe. It's not very difficult to do, and especially in the rainy season.
Yeah.
It's so nice to have a nice hot soup at home, right? Which is good. Now we're gonna simmer this, and we add the noodles, because noodles will take us about 5 to 7 minutes till the noodles are cooked, and then our soup will actually be good. Now also what I do, I add a little bit truffle oil.
Okay.
Not too much.
And that's also expensive.
And that's expensive, yeah. There's actually so many truffle oil on the market.
Okay.
But also important again with oil. Oil, don't buy a big bottle of oil. Buy a small bottle. Once you have the small bottle, use it. Don't leave it in the fridge or don't leave it in the storage for more than 6 or 8 months, because it becomes rancid and you cannot eat it. Oil will not last. So buy a small quantity of oil and then buy them every 6 months and then use them as well. Oil is really something beautiful.
And this is so easy. This is almost done.
Basically,
Yeah.
yes.
It's begun to simmer.
Yes.
That's something that I won't have trouble making at home, and I'm sure our viewers at home also would love to replicate this too. And the umami, like even the smell, that's from the mushrooms, right?
Yes, yes. So that's really easy soup at home. A nice glass of white wine.
With the wine.
And you can add inside, actually, you can do that with shrimps. Would be lovely as well. You could use a little bit beef. So there's really variations you actually can do. And mushrooms are really one of the best natural sources for the umami flavor. That's really true. Remember the 4 basic flavors: salt, sweet, sour, and bitter.
Yeah.
Well, now the world is crazy for the 5th flavor, which is umami.
Umami.
Which is very popular actually here in Asia.
You know, in Filipino, we call that malinamnam.
I love that.
That's our word for umami.
I know. I love that we have a word for everything.
Yes, Filipinos, Japanese, and even Chinese people, and many more around the world, they love this flavor. That's really, even in Europe. In Europe, we have the autumn season, where we go to the forest and we go and really pick up our own mushrooms, which is and we only pick up as much as we can eat. We don't pick up just to pick up, and we find them and then we go home and we grades. We just really pick up what we need, and the rest is for the others. So I think that's very
Very biblical, even the manna. You keep only what you need. Otherwise, the next day it would spoil.
Yeah.
There would be worms.
Yes.
I think that's a great practice that we should also do, because even now during what do you call this for the the kitchens or the what do you call that? The pantries, the community pantries, and it's really take what you can get, give what you can give.
And then you get just what you need.
Check again the noodles, right? What's that? I don't like to have them overcooked. Yeah, almost there. And noodles, if you keep them in the broth, in a hot broth, they actually they
absorb water.
They absorb more and more and more.
So timing is also
Is very important. Yeah. And you see.
I love it. It's so homey, and it's
Beautiful.
perfect for the weather.
Yeah.
So. Voila.
As easy as that.
Yeah,
As
no
easy as
plating, no nothing. Just dump it all in.
Yep.
Bring it out, ready to eat. That's really perfect for a lazy, rainy days. Smells really good. Wow. think I'm so excited to try the different types of mushroom in it, just bite through it, different flavors. So around how much would a meal like this cost?
It's not so much. That will 150 pesos. Depends a little bit on the mushroom. Of course, if you go to have expensive mushrooms, then it becomes a little bit different. But 150, 200 pesos, maybe. So, and then what is very important, drizzle again a little bit oil on top.
Ah.
So that's really the. If we would have real truffle, we could shave them actually on top. That would be lovely, right? But then you go in another. A kilo truffle costs about what, $600, $700, so it's a little bit a lot.
So it's a fortune if you discover truffle.
Yeah, and you go to choco, yeah. Then we add a little bit of this enoki mushroom on top.
Nice and fresh.
And mushroom actually you can also eat, yeah, you can eat them actually fresh.
Yeah, I actually discovered that during the first few episodes.
Yeah.
We did that.
I didn't know that. So simple.
Great.
And that's it.
Mushroom noodle
Imagine
soup.
having this on a rainy day.
I know. So
Voila.
perfect.
That's it. So we have a chicken mushroom noodle soup with truffle. Of course, we have the excellent Bihon Noodles.
This is such a warming and comforting meal.
Absolute comfort food.
So why don't we dig in?
Okay.
Bon appetit.
Merci. Wow. That's just the first taste. Let's dig in.
Just because
so-
all the flavors come together again. So
Yeah.
there is no, we don't
That's
boil
so
anything.
nice.
So it all comes together, the flavors. And these mushrooms are really. And there's really
That's
a
very
very
good.
good variety of mushrooms actually you can find in the moment on the market. So go to the market and buy your mushroom. So thank you again for joining us on yet another delightful gourmet recipe. Please do try to make this at home. You'll see, very easy to do. And it's so yummy. So check out our website to get this recipe. And we'll see you the next time. This is Gourmet on a Budget PH.
The
difference is divine.
God bless us all. Fill your bellies and feed your soul. Please like, share, and subscribe to Gourmet on a Budget PH. The difference is divine.